All right, so this is episode 12. You ready for the trademark?
All right, man.
All right, man. There we go. Let's crack it open. There we go.
I got a bottle, so
Got a
I'm
bottle.
just doing the fake.
What's in the bottle?
I have a wheat wine ale aged in bourbon barrels. It's a Bourbon County. It's Goose Island. So it's a Bourbon County stout. It's from 2018.
This guy. So we'll just keep
My
it.
friend gave me this as a Christmas
Hold
gift.
on.
Wow.
No. You just went out for a good like 10 seconds. So we'll start it again.
It says my internet connection is unstable.
All right, so I'll just ask you what's in the bottle. Ready? Let's get 2 seconds of silence. So I'll have an edit cut. All right, Matt. What's in the bottle?
So I'm drinking a Bourbon County wheat wine ale aged in bourbon barrels. It's a 2018 Goose Island Bourbon County stout. So let's give this thing a taste.
What is that? Like 15%?
I don't know. I'm a couple bottles of wine in. Now moving on to the Bourbon County. This is good. I'm not really a stout guy, but it's a wheat wine, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm a fan. I could drink this all day. What are you sipping on?
Nice. I'm keeping it going, man. I got Dovetail 2 weeks in a row. This last week I did the Hef. This week it's the Hop Weiss, and it is delicious. I don't know how strong it is, but it's got some grapefruit in there. Definitely tastes like a Hef. It's got that, I call it like a gumball flavor when I get a good Hef. It's got that. I mean, it's really, really good. Where'd you go to dinner?
I went to this place called Table Donkey Stick. It's on Armitage in Logan Square. It's a little wine bar. They do really good charcuterie and burgers and stuff. So it's a nice little spot.
Love a good charcuterie board. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. So you were just in the city, right?
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Yeah. You stopped by for a bit. We had our trademark Bird's Nest wing. Shout out Bird's Nest. Saw Todd Bird there. Todd Bird at the Bird's Nest.
Himself at the Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
Pretty funny to walk
That's
in.
a rare sighting.
I don't know if it is if you go there on a Thursday night. I'm sure he's probably there posted up on a Thursday.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, fly in, right? Land. You scooped us up. We went right to Bird's Nest on a Thursday. It like hit me a couple days prior to going. I'm like, wait a minute, we're going on a Thursday. We're gonna meet up with Evan. We got to get Bird's Nest. Walk in, get the order. He's got the order. He's got the wings and the curly fries, and then we get a tap. And it's like Dan, Evan, and Todd right there. So it was pretty cool. A typical like Northside Chicago moment right there. To run into like your old friend at the old like corner bar. Pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing some regulars at the old Bird's Nest. So yeah, it was good to see you. So you had a little bit of a whirlwind weekend, huh?
Yeah, it was, a good weekend, packed with a lot to do, which made it seem like a long weekend. Saw a lot of family, celebrated, like I said, my niece's birthday. Saw a lot of friends as well. And then we turned around, came right back. But it was a lot of fun. The Bird's Nest did bring up a little discussion we had between us about what is the better wing style. Is it the flats or is it the drumstick? I'm a flat guy.
Yeah, I'm typically a drumstick person. So we threw the poll out on Twitter, and it was a resounding no, it wasn't. It was pretty close actually, but a lot of people picked the flat. So it turns out the flat is the preferred option.
I think it's just more efficient too. You dunk it in the sauce, ranch or blue cheese. I prefer blue cheese. Get a nice chunk in there, and then I literally do it like a cartoon where I stick the whole thing in.
It's disgusting to watch.
Top row, bottom row, and just kind of file the meat off, all in one foul swoop. It might be gross, but I mean, I'm eating chicken wings. I don't really care. I'm not fine dining. I'm probably drinking some beer. I'm dipping it in ranch or blue cheese, and I'm just getting messy eating wings. I don't care.
Yeah, I like to be a little bit more delicate with it. I like to enjoy my meal.
Delicate. He gets out a fork and a knife, puts a napkin in his shirt.
Little classier than that, I guess. Yeah, but
on some classical music. But no, yeah, that was cool. It was good. It was cold, man. What the hell?
50s. It's 60s. It's not bad. Oh, man, this is good weather for Chicago.
It was like 30 at night, man. I had a winter hat. I had gloves on. I had a hat on. We had a bonfire going, and I was still freezing my ass off. It was ridiculous. And everyone's like, "Oh, you should have been here last weekend. It was 80 last weekend." Like, God damn it, Chicago! Typical, like can't predict the weather at all in Chicago.
This is just Cali talking, worrying about the weather. Chicago, you just roll with it, man.
It's a lot of places in the world you don't have to worry about the weather.
So this is episode 12. It's another big one. We got a good friend of the podcast coming on, doing an interview with one of our buddies. He's a close friend of yours. You went to high school with him,
Yep.
grew up with him.
Yep. Yeah, real excited to have him on. His name's Kevin. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He's kind of been all over the place, man. He does a ton of traveling. Really kind of was trying a bunch of things out and kind of found his passion. But we'll with acrobatic yoga, and we'll talk about that when we bring him on. But I think the last thing before we get to that interview, you want to talk about your championship victory, you asshole?
I was gonna gloss over it a little bit, but it was a fantasy basketball championship, domestic draft championship. It wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be, Dan. You know, your team really let you down, I think, down the stretch there. And I think
I wrote him
Westbrook really rolled over you. He had a couple of games where, the one game he had over 20 rebounds, over 20 assists. It was like insane. I think he broke the triple-double record.
Yeah, I mean,
after this year. You were just writing him off at the beginning of the year. I was like, dude, he's still got it, and he did. He killed it this year.
He definitely heard what I was saying.
It was crazy at the beginning. At the beginning of the year, they just were like sitting him on back-to-backs and like resting him up, and then it was like they just like took the reins off him, let him go the second half of the season, and I feel like he played every single game, and he just absolutely tore it up. So that guy gave me a championship.
Yeah. Congratulations are in order. I don't really have an excuse. Yeah, Russell Westbrook put up like 75 in our point system, like day 2 of our matchup, and my whole entire team, just not my whole team, but a lot of my players got injured. So whatever. I mean, I'm making some money back. You're making more money. And then we had a discussion today, like, should third place get their money back? And a cool idea that was brought up from a buddy of mine, Jordan, in the group said it should be 3rd through 12. We got a 12-man league, and it's just a random lottery, right? Or like spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on gets their money back. I think that's the way we're going to go. But that was it. Fantasy championship. Good job. Your team name again for the pod?
Game Blouses.
There you go.
A little Dave Chappelle nod.
There you go. All right. So that's going to bring us into our interview portion. Like we said, we got a really good friend of mine, ours actually a former roommate, and we'll talk about that as well in college. His name is Kevin. He goes by Mor Acro online. He's got a crazy following on YouTube. He's a travel enthusiast. He's a yoga enthusiast. He's also a vlogger as well. So we'll go ahead and bring him on the show. Kevin, how's it going?
Good. Time out from the game right now. Do you hear that background noise going on? Are we okay?
I don't hear anything. I think you're good.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, you're good. I think that was a perfect pause too with the first question. Just Kevin, how's it going? So I could ask it again, but let's pause 2 seconds.
For station identification.
Yep.
Wait, what did you just say?
Kevin, how's it going?
Oh, we're doing well tonight. Thank you for having me on the show.
Man, it's so good to see you. It's awesome.
It's great to be here on episode number 12. My birthday, 12/12. I figured this was the moment. So I asked to be on the show. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, the stars aligned. I know we were talking before the show started as well. You want to say your choice of chicken wing? Do you prefer the flats or the drumstick?
Flats all day. I know sometimes they charge a premium for the drumsticks, but those people are fools. You just split the flat, one bite. You saw it in the Caboodle burger.
That's right.
That's how we roll.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch, no blue cheese.
And do you eat the celery and carrots that are provided?
Hell no.
Really? Because I think
why not?
It's a perfect cleanse.
I guess it's kind of healthy, but I'm here for the wings. I'm not here. If I want a salad, I'd order a salad.
Got it. All right, I want to take us back because we've known each other, 15 plus years. But let's take it back to college. We did not sign a lease together. Evan and I were living together. We had a lease signed together, but you ended up being our third quasi roommate. How did that happen? What was going on?
I was the dude on the couch, and this was kind of a weird time for me, right? The semester before that, I was supposed to be living in a fraternity house, and I realized what the hell am I doing? Like, this isn't the life for me, you know? It's like people punching holes in the walls, Wiz Khalifa at all hours of the day, you know? I spent a lot of time with my ex-girlfriend. You know, I was living with her a lot, spending most nights there. And then I had some issues with the fraternity, right? Our values and our mission weren't the same. So I decided to leave. At this point, I was kind of homeless. You know, I didn't have a lease somewhere else. So I was bouncing around between your house and my ex-girlfriend. So I spent some nights on your couch. Especially when I was in the doghouse, you know, I would be. I
Those are fun
remember.
nights. Yeah.
2 a.m, knock at the door.
Yeah, you did not
Where's
seem
Kevin?
like.
Put the pillow on the couch. All right, man.
Yeah, you did not seem like a fraternity type of guy, and it was definitely interesting waking up at 2 a.m. when your girlfriend was looking for you.
Yeah.
But it was cool living with you, man. I think I feel like you kept it interesting. You know, it was always something different. We always had people stopping by. You'd come back from class with little Frankie. KP. That's right. I forgot his name.
Buys a drum machine, starts making music.
Like, yeah, you were making beats in the living room.
Yeah, I was pretty out there back then.
But it makes sense to kind of see, like, from a distance, watching your friends grow, and then like having so many interests, the drum machine, making music, going out, like volunteering at different things, all different types of folks coming through. And then you started to really kind of branch out and travel. You want to talk a little about, I know you studied abroad in college as well.
Yeah, I had studied in Australia a couple of years before that, and that was a big life-changing trip for me. I met people from all walks of life, and a lot of things I learned there, I had no idea. You know, people would tell me, I know we're not talking about politics here, but like, oh, they have mercenaries in Iraq. I'm like, what the? No, we have Army, we have Marines, we have Navy, you know, we have recruitment. Like, we don't have mercenaries. But then I look into it, it's like, oh, we do have private security in Iraq, and just like little things like this.
Your eyes were opened a little bit when you traveled.
Yeah, my eyes were opened, and I just met a lot of really cool people from around the planet, and I wanted to keep living that lifestyle a little bit. So I went to Spain after we were kind of quasi roommates.
Yep.
Next semester I went to Spain, and there I kind of continued that same international meeting people from all over. I really like this lifestyle. And when I graduated university, again, I went to Australia, did a working holiday, and went to Asia after that, Philippines, Bali. And then I came home to the USA.
Yeah, so would you call yourself the international man of mystery, Kevin?
I used to call myself the international playboy. I like that a little bit better, but man of mystery is good too. So a lot of people are like, where did this guy come from? Why is he here right now? You know?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The statement you just said, like, you know, by traveling, you realized you really like the lifestyle. And then you've kind of figured out a way to like curtail that into somewhat of like the rest of your life, right? Going to different places. Was there a trip where you're like, you know, self-realization, like, I like this lifestyle, I want this to be my life?
I remember there's a moment when I was in Portland in 2017, and I had some issues with epilepsy, as you know, you've been there for two of my seizures at least. Yep. Yeah. So well done for that. That's a record out of anyone. But there's a point where I'm like, oh, what the heck am I doing? Where am I going? Why am I here? You know? And then there's a moment when I was in Portland, I was listening to that Dirty Head song. It was like, hey, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation. I was kind of like unemployed at the time. You know, I was a yoga teacher. I was still teaching yoga. I was working on a farm, but I was in Portland going to like professional development courses for Acro yoga. I was like, actually, this is where I'm meant to be right now. You know, like I am on the road, but I'm in a place where I want to be, and I'm doing things to develop myself professionally. I'm not just like lazy, you know, tripping around, but I was actually doing stuff. I was studying, so it felt good.
Right.
And so how did you grow this massive following on YouTube? Like how did this become more of your lifestyle, your career?
Yeah, let's take us back to like just like going over to Africa. Like I think this was a trip where you've been for the last like 3 years, typically, I think, right? And for the last 16 months straight.
Yeah. So we have two questions: YouTube or Africa. Which path are we
I would
going
say
down?
talk about the Africa and get to how you got to the YouTube.
Okay. I'm gonna start with YouTube. Actually, I'm not gonna listen to YouTube. Comes way before. There's actually videos on my old YouTube channel of the three of us, hanging out at the old apartment. I got two videos where we're sitting around watching TV. I was kind of being a jerk. I'm like, oh, we should be making something. We should be making videos or a podcast or something. And this never panned out, So many years go back, and I wanted to be a surf instructor. So I was going to take this course in Africa, in Morocco. I looked up best places to learn to surf, and Tagazout, Morocco was on that list. I had a seizure at one point. I had some problems. So surf instructor didn't work out. I was at this thing in Portland taking these yoga courses. And then I looked into Morocco and I saw, hey, they need yoga teachers in Morocco. So 2017, I went to Africa for the first time. And I started teaching yoga there. And from there, I was kind of living this lifestyle, and people were telling me, oh, you should blog. I was doing Instagram and stuff, but a friend actually told me, hey, make some YouTube videos. You're living authentic lifestyle. People will be interested in that. Make some YouTube videos. Don't tell anyone about them. Just put whatever title and see what starts to gain traction. So I made a couple videos. I reviewed a yogurt drink. I reviewed an energy drink. I read some poetry I wrote, and I did like a little spoken word. That's why I left America to live in Morocco. It's a 4-minute, 20-second video. And that started to get views. All of a sudden it had like 400 views in a couple weeks. I was like, whoa, this is pretty good, So eventually I made a follow-up to that, Why I Left America to Live in Morocco, part 2, like 2 months later. And that again started to get some traction. And then I forgot about it. I went to Mexico, I was traveling, didn't do any videos. And then coronavirus happened. And I think a lot of people were on YouTube, and they started to find my videos and ask for updates. Are you still in Morocco? So I did, hey, we're stuck here. This is me. I like to eat cookies and go shopping. And people like that, I guess.
So coronavirus really, really helped you out then. Is that what you're saying?
It was a big catalyst, as well as working with my partner, Andrea, because she was previously a travel blogger, and she knows a lot about this social media stuff. So we started doing best practices. We upgraded my game. We put thumbnails. I started doing SEO research, and just really listening to the audience. What did they comment? What did they want to see? And things like that. Working in a partnership really helped develop the Mor Acro channel.
So who does the production of the videos? Is it more Andrea then? Does she do a lot of that editing and things like that? And because it's very professional, and I don't picture you doing that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're a team for sure. Sometimes one of us will do more editing, one of us will do more filming. She has a background in TV production and day-to-day operations of running a channel in Slovenia, so that really helps. She has this head for, okay, we need this, the lighting, we need this objective, and that really helps. But she's taught me a lot about video, because if you look at my old videos, it's like turned like story mode. There's bars on the side. I don't even know how to work the camera. I'm just going all over the place, like trying to film myself, and it's really bad, my old videos, And she helped me to develop an eye to be like, okay, this is how you move the camera slowly and in one direction, not just, hey, look at this. So it's definitely a team operation here.
Yeah, and I got to see that, and we'll be posting kind of the video. We met up in Chicago on our time together, and it was kind of cool to see it. You had the gimbal, and I was surprised that you're using it all on a phone. But you got like the top-notch phone, and yeah, you could see how you guys kind of have an eye. Sometimes you just like see Andrea like just stop walking behind us, and like then you see the shots. You're like, oh, okay, I get it, right? It's a really cool shot. I'm curious. Are we gonna get a how you and Andrea met? Are we gonna get a story there?
People have been requesting this. I think it's time we drop that video. But I'll give you guys a little teaser. We'll
Just a
go
little
further into video.
sneak peek, yeah.
But we actually met at Acro yoga class in Tamrat in Morocco. So we didn't know each other before Morocco. We met in Morocco, fell in love, made a baby in Morocco, and now we're on the road together.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
So look out. We'll give them more plugs as we go. But again, your YouTube channel is just Mor Acro, right? MOR space ACRO.
Yeah, it was a play on Morocco when I was there, and I made some flyers to try and drum up some business for teaching acro yoga. So I wrote Mor Acro. I had the idea one time, that hey, this is creative. I had the idea one time. You know how that goes.
Just that one time.
Yeah.
I got one last kind of question there, and then we'll just kind of shoot the shit. But I'm just curious. I mean, you were what, 17 straight months out of the States?
Yeah, it was 15 in the end, I think, in Morocco.
Okay. 15 in the end. What was something that you missed about America? And then what was something where you're like, I totally like this part of not be like, where did you find your lifestyle like abroad kind of thing that doesn't happen in America?
What I really liked about Morocco is the friendliness. I live in a village there. It's not like Schaumburg. It's not like Chicago, where you go out the door and the people, your neighbors, all the people at the cafe. I really enjoy that community that I just don't find here in a big suburb or a big city. I'm sure you got friends and everything, but there's something about this little community that I really enjoy. Something that I missed from America, I like the cleanliness, the tidiness. There could be a lot of trash and pollution in Morocco, and I really enjoyed coming here. Even Chicago was very clean. There wasn't rubbish lying on the streets. So that's definitely something I missed. And of course, my family.
Right.
It's that's number one. That's why we came back here.
Yeah. Awesome.
So what's your favorite thing about being a YouTube content creator? It sounds awesome in theory, but also I can see that being exhausting. So I'm wondering, is it tough filming everything that you do? Do you enjoy that part of it? Are you just like, I need a break from this?
Of course, it's it looks glamorous and everything, but there's a secret life of YouTuber burnout, because you are your own boss and you are so connected to the results of how your channel's doing. Because it's like, if a video doesn't get views, you're not going to get paid. So you need to constantly be feeding this YouTube machine in order to stay relevant. And it's like the social media addiction, like this social dilemma. I don't know if you've seen that movie. I do enjoy being my own boss. I do enjoy eating food and taking videos of that and getting paid to do that. But you're never off. There is that boundary between, okay, where is life? Like, I met up with Dan the other day and we still made a video, but it was nice to walk that line of, we have a nice chat and we catch up, but we're still making a video. And I think you see that if you watch the video, is we were like, it wasn't acting or anything, and the more natural we could keep the videos, the better it feels, the less like work and the more like play. Work is something so awful, so miserable that someone pays you to do it. This is what Alan Watts said, but we want to find this life of play. If we could play and get paid to play, then we're balling like the ballers in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
That's a quote. Yeah.
Put it on a t-shirt. Listening to that kind of story, I just like a question that came up, and I'm curious, like, you start living this life where your phone's almost connected or the camera's connected to you. Have you ever gotten yourself, or was that weird in the beginning? How did you get comfortable? And then did you ever get yourself in a situation where people weren't comfortable with you kind of recording everything and just kind of like, just be and stop recording?
Yeah, for me, teaching English online really got me comfortable with talking to an iPad like I am with you guys right now. This was the same iPad I was teaching English on, was the same iPad I started recording videos on. And people in Morocco are pretty shy, camera shy. So it's really surprising we got all the the shots we did at the markets and stuff. But by that time, everyone knew us, like. Okay. But people would say, hey, no cameras, not even my product. Like a guy selling pencils and pencil sharpeners. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to go to the other guy selling pencils and pencil sharpeners and film his stuff. So we respect that, everyone has that right to say no camera. But at the same time, it's nice to see real life, We always respect people's boundaries for that. But for me personally, it's been nice, actually to have a camera in those intimate moments. Like when I came home and met my mom, I've done this many times after many trips, but Andrea was able to capture that moment and share that with people. And that's like a rare thing. I was never able to see that from an outside perspective. And now we have that memory. So even in these intimate personal moments, I'm still pretty grateful because we could always turn the camera off if we'd like, or decide whether or not to upload this. But to me, to have these memories is important.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that as well. Is a pretty, emotional scene. It was awesome.
It's a good moment.
Yeah.
The thumbnail alone, it's like,
Yeah, and probably, you were just waiting at the airport too, right? So like the anticipation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's real. It's like reality TV,
Yeah, it was very real. Very cool. I don't know. I don't have any other questions. I kind of want to, your favorite area in Morocco.
That's where I live. It's north of Agadir, the little villages around there. Agadir's the big city, but it's just like a surf capital of Morocco. They're surfing all up and down the coast, but this little place has a vibe. There's like an energy in Tamratic, also all kinds of artists and yoga teachers and surfers. And it's really a magical place. Mountains. I think it looks a lot like Malibu back in the day. It's developing all the time. They're building new things there. I've seen 5-star hotels go up there in the past 4 years since I've been there, but it's still a very magical place. And if you go to Morocco, don't miss the coast, But the desert's amazing. They have forests, they have mountains, they have everything in Morocco. So depending on your taste, me as a surfer, yogi dude, I love the Agadir region around there.
Nice. All right. This is a Chicago sports podcast. Typically we talk Chicago sports, and I know someone being out of the country for over a year, and also just knowing, you're an athlete, you do yoga, you do water polo, you've been swimming. It's not our typical, professional grade sports that we watch here, which is baseball, basketball, football. So we're going to quiz you, or maybe just kind of talk and see, if you, if you have a take on any of the topics. So real quick, Kevin, how do you feel about the Chicago Bears rookie quarterback, Justin Fields?
Oh, Justin Fields. I like that last name. He was born to be on the field, I like it. Next question.
What do you think their record's going to be this year? What do you think the Bears are going to do this year? 17-game season. 17-game season.
I was going to say 4-12 is what popped up in my brain. I'll give them a game. We'll go 5-12.
5-12. That's 5 wins, 12 losses. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, not a Bears
That's just what comes to my head. It's just what comes to my head, man. I love them, but I know historically they're not so good.
It is a tough schedule. Okay.
What actually they go last year? What they go last year?
8-8.
And the year before that?
I don't know, 9-7, something like that.
They're trending down, 5-12.
5-12.
5-12. What's a big sport in Morocco? Is it was it just surfing? Is that the only thing that, and in the area that you were in, I guess?
No, soccer. Right?
Football, soccer. Yeah,
soccer.
They love soccer. Raja Casablanca is the big team, the local Agadir team. Husania, they got their soccer hooligans putting their graffiti everywhere. And kickboxing is a pretty popular sport there.
Have you been to a kickboxing match?
No, never. It'd be pretty cool though.
Why the hell not?
Why the hell not? It's a good question.
Yeah. Were there any like professional like stadiums or like sporting venues in Morocco?
Yeah, they have the stadium in Agadir for soccer, but I don't know where a kickboxing match would be. this is, I feel like, done next to the cockfights in the Philippines or something.
Right. Like a backroom.
All right, we don't need to be talking about the Philippines here. Cut that out.
Strike
next,
that.
Next Chicago sports question. Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic playing together for half a season. How do you think their chemistry is developing?
Is it the same Zach LaVine we went to high school with?
No.
Vucevic. Vucevic. Is this on the Bulls?
This is on the Bulls, yes.
All right.
You're getting warmer.
All right. Man.
He's Montenegrin.
He's Montenegrin, Balkan.
Yep.
Let's talk about Luka Doncic. What do you think of Luka Doncic? Was that a cheap play the other day when he hit the guy in the testicles? Was that dirty?
No. And I think Luka is a stud. And I know you're going to be living in Serbia soon, yeah?
Slovenia.
Sorry, Slovenia. Yep. I was looking at Montenegro.
This is just something I know. That's why I bring it up. I want to know because Andrea was like, oh, he was being pushed, he was getting pushed. I'm like, that's basketball. That's what happens, I was kind of like, no, that's a cheap shot. He's a dog, but what do you think? What's your take?
Yeah, no, I think Luka's a stud. He's so young and he's one of the top players in the NBA. And it's crazy to see the way he plays is like at a different gear than other players. Cause it's like peak athleticism in the NBA. And then Luka is more shifty than he is athletic. He's able to throttle down and then kind of accelerate and just like the step back threes he does, the handles. He's also like a big body. He's awesome. He's a stud. He's going to be around forever.
He's like Magic Johnson.
On my fantasy team.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
So Kozik, is the vlogging going to continue when you move?
Oh yeah, we're trying to take this show on the road. I don't want to go back to teaching Chinese kids English, so we're trying our best to keep the show going on. Today we filmed a video at Illuminati's. Andrea trying Illuminati's for the first time, highlighting some Chicago pizza.
Illuminati's or Illuminati?
Good question. The Illuminati's pizza, hopefully not any connection to the Illuminati, but the plan is to take the show on the road. We made a Chicago vlog. It wasn't very popular. We just did vaccine, and it's just become part of our life now because we've been doing daily vlogs for over a year. Yeah. We've taken some breaks where you feel that burnout where I'm like, nah, I don't want to do any videos. I've taken a week off, or I've done like 4 videos in a month, and that's taking time off for me. You know what I mean? So we're finding that balance of it's part of our life now. We enjoy it. The people enjoy it. The audience likes it. So we don't want to lose that. We want to keep it going. We're going to keep going.
Cool. This is a good break. How do we want to end this?
What's our time at right now?
We're at 33.
That's pretty good.
It's a sweet spot. Yeah. Kevin, you want to talk anything? I'm going to ask you a couple questions, not sports, but just overall ideology, basically.
Let's talk crypto. Evan, tell me about crypto. I bought some coins the other day. I just figured out how to do it. It was on PayPal, so I bought some Bitcoin. It's down, I bought some Bitcoin Cash, I bought some Litecoin, and I bought some Ethereum.
So why did you do that?
Why did I do
FOMO.
that?
FOMO?
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
Because every day it's like, oh, you should buy Bitcoin. You should buy Bitcoin. And the same dude that told me to make YouTube videos told me, dude, you gotta buy Ethereum. It's going to 15K.
First slave.
So do you know why he thinks Ethereum is popular, or why he thinks Ethereum is valuable?
From what I see, it's going to be useful. Dude, let me just brief this. The blockchain makes no sense to me at all, man. I try and read about this, and it's like,
okay,
it's up there for me. But I think he believes it's going to go up because he says things like the entire crypto market is still worth less than Apple stock, for example. So he says there's still a lot of growth to be in there. And I know with Ethereum, the technology could be used beyond just like cryptocurrency. But again, I know very little about the blockchain.
So you need Ethereum for all of these NFTs. NFTs have kind of blown up in the last few months, since like January. Really, it's like oil for your car. It's like gas. You pay a fee to purchase these NFTs, to use this to Ethereum on the blockchain to make these transactions. So it's kind of like putting gas in your car. That's what Ethereum is. It's kind of like the gas for these transactions. So that's why like all these NFTs are blowing up, like NBA Top Shot and like all these other things that are, digital racehorses and all this other like weird shit that's popping up. When this stuff comes up, people are like needing to buy this Ethereum. So when there's this mass influx of people buying Ethereum, like the price is skyrocketing. And so that's why it's gone up so much. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it went up to like $4,000. I'm not sure what it's at right now.
It's at $4,000 already. It was above $4,000. It dropped, and now it's back above $4,000.
Yeah, so it's really been booming. But as far as like, obviously Bitcoin, I think is like your kind of index fund. If that is up, then the whole cryptocurrency market is kind of up. But if that's down, then everyone's kind of bearish on the whole cryptocurrency market. So it's an easy thing to look at to see if people are in or out on cryptocurrency. If Bitcoin's down like a lot, then you know that you shouldn't be buying any of these other coins, because that's the one that really is like the indicator of everything else. So that one's a good one to buy for sure. But like Dan and I bought some Litecoin
years ago.
Because its usability, it supposedly is faster than Bitcoin. It's easier to use than Bitcoin, but it hasn't gained like that much traction. And it honestly, like it's still up a little bit more than we purchased it for, but it took a couple of years, and it's, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up a little bit more, but it's just not at the level Bitcoin's at, and it doesn't get the marketing Bitcoin gets. I'm interested to in your purchases, why you didn't buy like Dogecoin.
PayPal doesn't offer Dogecoin.
Okay.
All over that Doge, I hear good things about Doge. Elon Musk on SNL, pushing that Doge, and it's a lot of this FOMO. It almost feels like a pyramid scheme. I see these comments on YouTube. Oh, trading Bitcoin. You should trade Bitcoin. And it's like people just want you to buy Bitcoin, so their Bitcoin goes up. And I think there's a lot of people just like me that every day they say, I should have bought Bitcoin, or it's too late. And I don't know. I didn't put a ton of money on there, I put a couple $100, and I'm not making much money right now, but for me, that's good to have my foot in the door. It's better than nothing,
For sure. I mean, you definitely want to be in the game rather than sitting on the sidelines. I think everybody wants that, but the thing is, like, even if the thing takes off, at some point, somebody that owns a lot of it is going to sell a lot of it, and it's going to spike back down. So you gotta know when is enough for you. So you have to set like a price target for yourself. So like with Dogecoin, I bought some this morning at like 49 cents. But I'm like, if it hits $1, I'm selling it. I don't care where it's at that point. Like that's my price point. But if you have to kind of set your limit on it, because if you see it skyrocketing and you're like, okay, I'm not selling this thing, it's going to go to the moon. And it's like, what is the moon to you? Everybody thinks that. What is the moon? Nobody knows. It's the moon. What is the moon to you?
$10. Gotta get wings, man.
What do you use to trade? I told you I use PayPal, and that's such a normie way to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can use PayPal. You can use the Cash App. I use
Robinhood.
Yeah, you can use Robinhood. I use Coinbase. You can't buy Dogecoin on there. I use Webull to buy Dogecoin.
No free ads.
Webull to buy Dogecoin.
Yeah,
Isn't Webull a Pokemon or something?
This is a conversation in 2021.
Yeah, Webull, you can buy stocks and you can buy crypto. It's the same thing as Robinhood.
Pokemon to buy a cryptocurrency whose face of it is a dog. Yep, that's where we're at right now.
I think that's Weeping
No
Bell.
one blinks an eye either. No one blinks an eye. Everyone's like, "Yep, let's do it." I mean,
Yeah, totally.
people just see the spikes, and that's kind of how I view it as well. I don't see myself actually ever really buying things with these coins. I'm more or less trying to profit off of them, and I think that's where a lot of people are in there. And you're just trying to get in early. You don't want that FOMO. You want to get in there early, buy a couple, make a couple, and get out. Like, or I think I might be holding on to Litecoin for the next 50 years and just be a gazillionaire in 50-year time.
Pass it down to your
if you get
kids.
it early.
Yeah.
All right, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's been like we could talk for hours. It's been so much fun having you on. I feel like we're back in the apartment right now, like in college, just hanging out, talking, chopping it up. Last thing before we go, do you have like a message or a mission statement you want to go at, like, for your YouTube channel, for all of your followers? I mean, Mor Acro YouTube channel's got around 60,000 followers, subscribers.
Nah,
on there.
like almost 50 now.
Almost 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, very humble. One of your top videos has what, 250,000 views, or no, what, 250,000 views on there. Yeah.
How did you get there though, Kludzik? That's a question I think a lot of people want to know, is how do I grow this following of 50,000 YouTube subscribers? How did you do that? And you said you posted a few videos that were why I moved to Morocco. Did that gain 50,000 subscribers? I think there's a little bit more to that. Is it because you're posting videos every day? Like, what do you think the reason is?
I listened to the audience. I let them kind of guide where the camera would go next. They said, where you do your grocery shopping, I go show them that. Hey, you should look into this place. We'd go to that place, make a video. And people enjoyed seeing me talking in the local language as well, learning Darija. So kind of giving a positive image of Morocco to the world, to the United States. Because growing up, we had a lot of indoctrination of what our view of Muslim countries were like, right? So to go and live in a Muslim country and to interact with the locals, go to the local shopping market, people really like to see that. They like to see this outsider coming and becoming one of the people, I think a lot of people resonated with that.
Awesome.
So like Dan said, what do you have a mission statement? Do you have something you want to wrap this up with?
Yeah, it's about connecting cultures, right? Everybody love everybody. Like Will Ferrell said in, what is that? Blades of Glory or Tropic Thunder?
I think it's
semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Yeah, that's Tropic Thunder, semi-pro. Yeah. That's what I said the other day. I left it in the video. I was just talking to you and Crystal about where I want to see the channel going. And I was listening to it. I didn't know Andrea was recording. I'm like, it's a pretty good mission statement to continue to connect cultures and try and break down these boundaries of us and them. And, we're different and they're different. And it's like, try and find the things that really unite us as people. Food. We like to breathe oxygen as well. Drink, a lot of people drink beer. Not everyone in Morocco, of course, but the uniting around the things that we have in common that makes us human and that we can live peacefully. That's kind of the mission, to make people be kind of forget about their troubles for a little bit, even if it's just 10 minutes,
Sure. I do like oxygen.
Awesome.
Oxygen is great.
So
my favorite gas.
So again, your YouTube channel, if folks want to find you on the internet where a lot of your content's being created, your YouTube channel again is Mor Acro, MOR space ACRO. You're on Instagram as well under the same name, MOR space
no space
MOR ACRO. Any other places folks can find you?
I just made a TikTok, but it's really bad, so don't go on that one. That'll be it. Just cool. YouTube, drop a comment there. Instagram, slide in the DMs. If I like you, I'll message back.
All right, man. It's been a blast kind of going down memory road, hearing about all your journeys as well, and just overall hanging out. I hope everyone enjoyed it as well. And this kind of felt, like the mission statement, connecting with folks with each other and just being natural and just kind of talking about life. So thanks for listening. This has kind of been a a special episode, a little different episode, not necessarily sports, but we hope you enjoyed it. This is episode 12, and thanks for listening.